So that's two people that want to go back to the betraying Clover point, as far as I read that. So, what happens when we betray Clover? Let's see what that is. Yeah, well, you know. The door ground open and I stepped out. All around me, the other AB rooms were disgorging their occupants.
Wait! Dio!
Fi's voice echoed hollowly across the room. I followed her eyes to the number 9 door. And to Dio. Dio. No. I shook my head. I had to get to that door.
What are you doing, Dio?
No, he's going to try and open it.
Damn right I am.
But the results...
Like I need to wait for that.
Dio's BP was at 6. His opponent was Luna, and she is... well, she is as she is. Her vote would have defaulted to Ally.
All he had to do was pick Betray.
Cats.
And he'd have 9 points, right?
Excellent answer. I hope you remember to show your work.
But... Vi was Dio's partner.
And her BP was the same as Dio's. That means she has 9 now as well.
Exactly. It was 9 the moment we stepped out of the AB room.
Why? Why didn't you stop Dio from choosing Betray?
You got the wrong idea, old man. This wasn't just my decision. We both decided to vote this way.
Is that true?
Yeah. I didn't have a choice.
You didn't? Because of you, Luna's BP is -1.
So? What, she's gonna die again? Zero can pump all the poison he wants into her. It's not gonna make a difference now. Besides, her bracelet's already fallen off.
You...
Then why did you try and stop Dio, Fi? I believe I heard you cry out, "Wait," as he headed toward the number 9 door.
Are you planning to wait for the rest of us? Did you just want to get your BP up to 9 to reduce your own risk?
Sorry, but no. The only reason I stopped Dio is because I needed to know what someone else voted.
Someone else?
But that would be...
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
And we're out.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
That... No. You betrayed me, Sigma.
Yep.
Why?
To get out of here. What other choice did I have?
To keep your promise, you jerk! You liar! You're a coward! You don't care about anybody but yourself! All you wanted was to get out of here! You're horrible! I hate you!
Wait a minute. Just listen to me for a second. Whatever I did, Dio and Phi were going to have 9 BP. The door would have been opened whether I had 9 points or not.
So? All that means is that you picked Betray because you didn't want to get left behind.
No, that's not it. How could we know if they would go get help once they escaped? I can trust Phi, but Dio is different. I didn't know what Dio might do to Phi after they went through the door. What if he turned out to be Zero Senior? So I figured that if they were going to escape anyway, I should go with them and make sure they...
It? Is that your excuse? Liar! Liar! You're just like Dio! You're a coward! Whatever. Just fine. I was stupid to trust you.
Clover, I heard a clang and turned.
Sorry. I went ahead and opened it. Gonna have plenty of time to watch soaps on the outside, so I didn't feel like I needed to stick around to see how this little drama played out.
Dio!
Dio!
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, shall we? Why so serious?
Don't use that line, you ruin it.
This really isn't the time for hesitation. You both crossed a line you weren't supposed to cross. You betrayed your friends. Am I right? I'm right. But you didn't have a choice, did you? You had to survive. Isn't that the way an animal thinks, though? Don't get me wrong. I see the logic, but it's kind of animal logic. Still, you made your bed. Now you gotta lie in it. If you're gonna be an animal, be an animal. Own it.
I think it was made after The Dark Knight. 2000... And I don't remember what year. It was made after 2010.
The losers, the weak, throw them away. That's how nature works, my friends. That's life at its most pure. You get me? Now come on, hurry up and...
If only there were a way to chuck Dio back inside after we crossed.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Well, stay if you want. No skin off my back. Anyway, I'm out. Peace!
Wait! God damn it, Dio!
Tenmyoji leapt forward. Dio faked left, then dashed right, slipping around Tenmyoji and through the door.
3, 2, 1, 0. The number 9 door is closing.
Let's go, Sigma!
But
Shut up! Just do it!
just do it! I looked at her, slightly confused. But before I could respond, her hand closed around my arm like a vice, and she hauled me bodily through the open door.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation.
Sigma! Phi! Dio! Open up! Open this goddamn door!
Tenmyoji's voice was muffled by the thick steel, but I could still hear his desperation and anger. I tried to ignore it.
Alrighty then. Here we are.
Is that a hallway?
Only one way to find out.
Where's the 0-3rd victory dance? I don't know. Just as I had guessed, on the other side of the door was a wide hallway. Unfortunately, it seemed to stop in a dead end. It took only a second to find a familiar-looking door on the left side of the hallway. We opened it and stepped inside. Oh.
This must be the prep room.
I think I searched this place with Dio and Luna.
Well, this is probably just another one that looks like it. You really think you would have been able to get to something on the other side of the number 9 door?
Hold up. You know about the one on floor B2?
Yeah. I visited with Tenmyoji when we were looking for Quark.
So you know that the pressure in here is a lot higher than the pressure outside?
What?
Oh, you didn't.
What are you talking about?
Didn't I just say what I'm talking about? The air inside this facility is kept at a higher pressure than the air outside. Apparently, they're doing it to keep the virus from getting in. If you're leaving, you have to lower the pressure until it matches what's outside. This room is where you prepare for all of that. See those suits over on the wall? They keep you from getting infected once you're outside. You have to put one on before you can go into the pressure exchange chamber downstairs.
How do you know all that?
Luna told me.
Really? Wait, why did Luna know all that?
Apparently, it was all in a manual she found in a room we searched.
Whoa, wait, go back. You said there's some kind of mysterious virus out there?
Well, I wouldn't say it's mysterious. I think it's that Radical 6 thing Alice was talking about. Don't quote me on that, though.
That sounds bad.
Well, we've come this far. We can't turn back now. Let's get those suits on and head outside.
No argument here. Let's do it.
We climbed into the protective suits in silence, then headed down to the pressure exchange chamber. With a quiet hum, the process began. I could hear the soft hiss of air leaving even through my helmet. There was nothing to do until it finished, but wait. Then, out of nowhere, Dio spoke up.
I never thought I'd succeed so easily.
It took me a moment to realize his voice was coming from the speaker in my helmet. Apparently, the radio was designed to activate automatically. You mean getting out of there?
You're thinking too small. I guess I can tell you who I really am.
What?
You see, the thing is, I'm a hero.
Yeah, he's wearing his stupid hat even inside the contamination suit, I guess we call it.
I was sent here from far away to save mankind. What? Too surprised to speak?
Dio, I think maybe you should calm down a bit.
We're all excited to be getting out of here, but...
Oh, never mind. You're clearly too small-minded to understand.
We were still going back and forth when the quiet hiss of air escaping slowed. And stopped. A door at the end of the room slowly ground open. We walked through to find ourselves in a nearly identical room. After 2 more decompressions, the last door finally opened. I stepped outside and gasped. A dark landscape like none I'd ever seen lay spread out before me. I couldn't help but stare. But what the hell?
Looks like a desert.
I can see that. The question is, which desert?
I don't know. I can tell you what day it is, though.
Huh?
Look. The moon's red. See? This must be a total lunar eclipse.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that in the lounge.
During a total lunar eclipse, the moon is entirely covered by the Earth's shadow. That doesn't mean the moon just disappears or turns black, though. It actually reflects light that's passed through the Earth's atmosphere. But this makes it appear to be red. Essentially, what's happening is that the moon is reflecting the sunset. Do you remember when the next total lunar eclipse was going to happen?
Yeah, December 31st this year, so New Year's Eve. That's what the magazine said, at least.
Well, there you go.
So today's December 31st. Wait, shit. If I got grabbed Christmas morning, then that means I've been here 6 days?
Looks like it. We should get to the nearest town.
Okay, and where would that be?
There has to be one around somewhere. Even deserts have some towns, whether they're in the Mojave, Sahara, or Gobi. It's not what I'm worried about, though.
What are you worried about?
Forget it. Doesn't matter right now.
Oh, come on! Tell me. I'm curious now. Impossible as it might seem, I could have sworn I heard her frown.
I'm worried about whether or not there are any survivors. If Alice was right about the virus.
Are you saying humankind might be extinct? What the hell? No way! That's impossible! A whole species just can't die out in 6 days.
I
That's...
hope it's not the case, of course, but there's the possibility. Whatever. We should get moving. There are still 4 people stuck in there, including Quark. We need to find help and come back for them.
Okay. I turned to take a step. There was a rough crackle over the radio, and the sound of someone falling. I turned back around to see Phi on the ground. Hey! Are you alright? What happened? I ran over and helped lift her back up. She fumbled for a second, then clambered to her feet.
Where are we?
Her voice was low and rough. Huh?
I see. This timeline.
Timeline? She didn't respond. I was about to begin a more irate line of questioning when she suddenly grabbed me by the shoulders.
Hey, where's Dio?
Dio? Oh yeah, I haven't seen him since we got out. I'm sure he was with us when we left.
Shit. We need to split up and find him.
But why?
Because he needs to tell me something. Why are you asking me this?
What?
Don't tell me you forgot. Wait, maybe not. He must not have made this jump.
She wasn't making any sense.
Damn it. Look, forget about that. Just find Dio. I'm going over to that hill. So you take the other direction.
Oh, okay. But she'd already taken off without waiting for my answer. I watched her for a few moments, confused, before turning and heading off to look for Dio myself. Damn. Don't see him anywhere. Where the hell did that guy go? I was looking around trying to decide where to go next when I heard them. The signal must have degraded, but I could still make out a few words.
What the hell are you doing? Answer me, Dio.
Their voices were cutting in and out, but I'd heard that last word clear as day. Dio. Sounded like Phi had found him. I spun around and took off in her direction.
Is that a transmitter?
Transmitter?
See.
No, this is not morphogenic fields. Not exactly.
Phone home, huh? Bet free soul's anxious from you.
How do you know that?
I know everything about you. Know you're the Myrmidons.
The transmission was getting clearer. I had to be getting closer.
Never mind that. I need to ask you something. What's the password for the number 0?
Number 0?
The hell, you man?
I'm no man.
How the hell can you crack jokes right now?
You haven't given me my answer. What's the deactivation code? Hey, what are you... Stop!
Shit! That didn't sound good. I sped up and quickly crested the hill in front of me. There they were. Stop! I went down the hill as fast as I could, half running, half sliding. With the suits on, I couldn't tell who was who, but I had to stop them. I clambered to my feet, slightly winded from my ordeal. The suited figure I'd slammed against lay on the ground next to the other one. I moved over to peer through the visor. Dio. His eyes were closed, almost like he was just sleeping. My tackle must have knocked him out.
Thanks. That was a close one.
No sweat. What's this transmitter you were talking about?
You heard, huh?
Yeah.
Well, it's right over there. See that briefcase-looking thing? He was trying to use that to get in touch with somebody.
Where the hell did he get it?
Probably had it hidden somewhere.
Wait, hidden? Are you saying Dio's been here before?
Yeah, probably. My guess is he came here, hid the transmitter, and then snuck into the building.
Snuck in? I wasn't quite sure what to make of that, so I decided to take a closer look at the transmitter. There was a screen on the upper part with a bunch of numbers that looked, well, like nothing. What the heck is this? 78153611098. I can't recall if this number is all that important, so I'm writing it down. Go. Is that some kind of phone number?
No, it's too long for that. It's 25 digits.
What is it then?
Don't know. I assume it's some kind of code, but I don't see a key to decode it with.
I heard an odd crackling noise in my helmet. It took me a moment to realize it was a voice. Dio's voice. What's so funny?
Oh, sorry. You guys just had it so fucking backwards I couldn't help myself. You can't find the key to decode it? Well, no shit.
And Cat wants in.
The key's right in front of your face.
What?
That's the key. The message is somewhere else. You need those 25 numbers to decode it.
None of what he's saying made any sense to me. Dio, what's going on here? Who were you trying to call with this thing?
What, you don't know? as well tell you. I don't really have any reason to hide my identity now that my mission's a success. Besides, she'll probably tell you if I don't. Might as well hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
Mouth. Yeah, that's what part of the horse you are. Dio shifted to put up his hands behind his head, but didn't bother to get up. I belong to an organization called the Myrmidons. You probably never heard of it. But there might be a few people out there who've heard of Free the Soul. If you haven't, well, it's a sacred religious order with over 1 million true believers. The Myrmidons are the hand of Free the Soul. We do what needs to be done to bring us closer to the new world Free the Soul promises. And yeah, Myrmidons is kind of an odd choice for the name here, because the Japanese version actually called these things clay dolls, which was kind of a nifty little pun on the Cradle, as in Cradle Pharmaceuticals, that we dealt with in the first game. Sadly, the localization team thought that needed to go away. I don't know why, but kind of sad, really. There are some people who might call us terrorists. Then again, from their point of view, I suppose we might be. We're trying to tear down the corrupt world they've built, after all. But when the sun dawns for the first time on our new world, we'll be hailed as saints, holy messengers who cleanse the filth from a dying planet. Well, only a handful of people will really become saints. Not even all the Myrmidons will be guaranteed sainthood. First, you have to be raised with the teachings of Free the Soul from birth. Then you have to be chosen to join the ranks of the elite and achieve great things. Returning from this mission would secure my position. Free the Soul is built around the teachings of a man named Brother, who founded our order many years ago. His teachings are too profound for ordinary people to understand, but you could say the core ideas of his doctrine are to separate oneself from worldliness, to destroy greed, and to divorce the soul from the body to cleanse it. Those who follow his teachings with discipline and devotion will be reborn as a new form of human. Only this new species will be able to live in equality in a world without war or starvation. Brother was born into a poor family. I've been told he didn't know his father, and that he lost his mother at a young age. The only family he had was his younger brother, a boy named Left. They say Brother had a special power, and that he was able to touch the thoughts of other people and see into them. It left him constantly exposed to the filthy greed of mankind. When Brother was 16, Left was found dead. His body was covered in bruises, but the police only made a cursory investigation and quickly ruled his death a suicide. Later, Brother would find out that the killer had paid the police a massive bribe to keep the truth hidden. He burned with rage, but also found himself immersed in cold despair. Eventually, he received a divine revelation. Mankind was thoroughly corrupted by greed. They had to be purified, and a new world created. God had given Brother his mission. That was when he began to teach others the truth, and at the age of 26 he started Free the Soul. Once Free the Soul was established, he devoted his resources to research on human cloning, so they could create the new species he foretold. He invited to assist him, a team of scientists from the research facility in the United States, and a year later, the first 10 new humans were born. Those 10 were the first generation of Myrmidons. Incidentally, I'm from the 4th generation. Our DNA comes from Left, Brother's younger brother. That means we all share a face, and we are all given the same name, Left. Some people think that's weird, but individuality seems much weirder to me. If everyone looks the same, there's no such thing as race or even individuality. With cloning, you don't even need different genders. How could you get more equal than that? Still, there's a little random deviation, and other factors can influence a clone's development. I was the best of my generation, so I was chosen to lead the Myrmidons. I was probably sent here because Brother noticed the caliber of my skills. And yeah, this is messed up on so many levels. My mission was to infiltrate this facility. When I was given my orders, I thought this was going to be my chance. In all my life, I've only ever once been punished for breaking our laws. It had to do with women. I'd come in contact with someone unclean, and I was considered corrupted. Even if I was punished harshly and purified my soul, my dishonor remained. I wanted to prove my loyalty to Brother, so I was determined to be successful on this mission, no matter what. My entire purpose is to be part of the foundation of Brother's new world. Now that I've fulfilled that purpose, for the first time in my life, I understand what true happiness is.
Oh, Holy Father, Holy Brother, Holy Master, my sacred mission is at last complete. With these two hands, mankind is saved. I am your will made flesh. In your name, I give thanks.
His voice had taken on almost a reverent tone, and as he's finished speaking, he made some sort of odd sign over his chest. Phi shoved his hands away.
I don't care about your goddamn mission. You did this to us. Now we're going to...
She grabbed the rock he'd held over her only minutes ago and lifted it over her head. Phi? What are you...
Shut up! You still haven't answered my question. I'm going to ask you one more time. What is the password for the number 0 bomb?
Bomb?
God damn it! Didn't I tell you to shut up? Now, tell me, what's the password?
She swung the rock down toward Dio's head.
Wait! Okay. Fine. It's not gonna do you any good, though. I completed my mission. What are you gonna do with the password at this point?
Not your problem. Just give it to me. Otherwise...
Fine. No skin off my back. The password for the 0 bomb is... LXA-QNS GDQ.
And just writing that down for reasons. Phi tossed the rock off to the side.
You heard that, right, Sigma?
Huh?
The password. I'm going to try my best to remember it, but I won't know if I manage to until after I make the jump. There's a chance I won't remember anything. So you need to memorize it, just in case. Got it?
I had absolutely no idea what she was talking about, but I was beginning to understand that it was probably pretty important. With that in mind, I repeated the strange series of letters over and over in my head, doing my best to memorize them. LXA QNS GDQ. LXA QNS GDQ.
Okay. We're done with you.
Yeah, it would have been nice to hit him.
Let's go.
Go where?
Not sure, but I think he does. Get up.
Phi grabbed Dio's arm and hauled him to his feet. He jerked his arm away petulantly and began to walk. Is there a city near here?
Yeah. Well, not really a city, I guess. More like a shelter. Some people who survived the disaster live there.
Disaster? What disaster?
Just shut up and follow me. You can see for yourself.
I looked up. In must have been a clear night because there were more stars than I'd ever seen before. I thought I could even see the band of the Milky Way. And in the middle of that field of stars shone the full moon, a giant red orb looming in the center of the sky. Had it always been so big? And now we get credits, because we have hit an actual ending. One of many. And yes, Dio is a clone from a cult. And the cat really demands attention. Good timing, since I can't really do anything in the game right now. Come here. Yeah, you got here just in time for the credits. The game is over. No, the game's not even remotely over. The game loves to throw credits at you and will do so many, many times as you play it. This is just the first time we get to see it. I believe it's the first. Yeah, but this should be the first credit scene we've seen so far. The ending you missed was Dio, Phi, and Sigma escaped the facility, and then we learn where Dio came from. That is the ending you missed. Or also the one that gets you the Zero Bomb code. That's the one you missed. When did we get bombs? Nobody knows yet. Except for Phi, she seems to know. But we have not run into them yet. But we got the Dio end, which is achievement unlocked, behind blue eyes. They should have named that achievement something else. So you see Dio there. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other endings to get through. So now that we are here, our choices to go back have dropped off by 1. We have seen both innings here. We still have the voting game we had against K. We have the other choice into the chromatic doors we have not picked up. And we have all the way back here at the very beginning. So, yeah, pretty obvious that Dio was evil this whole time. So, where do we want to jump?